Screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in today's class, we will study about evaluation. And this is the last topic in the syllabus, evaluation and choice-based credit system. Okay. What is evaluation? It is a systematic process. This process is also systematic. It is a systematic process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information. Gathering information, analyzing information, and interpreting the information to determine the extent to which instructional objectives are being achieved. Okay, to the level to which the predetermined goals are being achieved. Okay, so this thing, instructional objective, this is the very first step in the teaching learning process. Okay, and here the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting. A question paper is given to student, or like the exam is taken. After that, the checking of copies will happen, and after that the teacher will form a result. Okay, in the result, the marks of all subjects are there. They will find the, they will do some calculation, percentages calculated and all things. Okay, so gathering, analyzing, and interpreting the information to determine the extent to which the objectives are being achieved. Evaluation is a wider term and plays a very important role in teaching learning process. Evaluation is a means to determine the growth and change. Okay, what happened if in the teaching learning process there is no evaluation? So if no evaluation process is there, we cannot assess the growth of the learner. We cannot assess the thing that learners have learned during the period. Okay, so evaluation is important to determine that how the learner uh, has grown in the due course. Okay, to determine the growth and changes taking place in pupils as a result of teaching learning experience. If there is no evaluation, we cannot judge that whether learning happened from teaching or not. And I have told you there is no teaching without learning. Okay, if no one is learning and you are teaching, so it will not count into the teaching thing. If you are teaching, there must be some learning happening in the students. Okay, and if evaluation process is not there, so we cannot determine that whether the learning is happening or not. In this class, in MDYA class, um, every Sunday is for your quizzes, right? And your quizzes, your revision test. So in that quizzes, you will ask questions, okay, in order to know that what you have learned over the week, right? So evaluation is very important. So what are the objectives of evaluation? First thing, to diagnose the weakness or learning difficulties. Okay, so what are the problems that a learner is facing in learning, so we can judge it by the evaluation. Okay, to diagnose the weakness or difficulties, so that if we know that how what are the problems that learners are facing, so that the teacher can like address those problems. Okay, to make the learning more efficient, more smooth, to test the achievement of the student. Okay, to help in prognose. Prognose means to help in like what could be the probable outcome of the teaching. So evaluation help in that also. To familiarize the teacher with the nature of the people, learning development and process. The teacher will become familiar with the learner after seeing the result or after seeing the evaluation thing. To measure the efficiency of the teacher, it is also helpful in measure the efficiency of the teacher. Like in a class of 40 students, and if a certain test is taken during the class, like during the topic is not completed, the topic is still going on, and a test is taken in between that topic, okay, and all the 40 students perform very bad in the class, okay. So it may be concluded that every 40 student, if every 40 students were not able to understand the concept, maybe the teacher has not explained the concept properly, okay. So the evaluation also measure the efficiency of the teachers, to measure the fitness of student for promotion and admission to higher courses. See, if a student is now in class third and after third class, he will move to class fourth. But after the evaluation of class third, like in the annual evaluation of class third, and if we found that the student is very weak in studies, okay, so if so he or she may be failed in the class, so that he will learn the basic things required to enter to class fourth, okay. To measure the fitness of students for promotion and admission to higher courses, to acquaint the parents with the progress of their wards. See, the parents are not there at the school. They just send their children to the school, and what they get is the report card. So, with the help of report card, the parents will also see that how their children is progressing at the school to help selection in the job. This is also true because in many jobs before the final selection, there are some evaluation process. They can conduct a CBT, they can conduct offline exam, group discussions are there, okay, so that they can evaluate the candidates in front of themselves. So these are the objectives of evaluation. What are the functions of evaluation? The first function is feedback, second is motivation, the third is better guidance. Feedback, to assess the strength and weakness of the student. From the evaluation process, the teacher assess what are the strength of the uh, learner, what are the weaknesses of the learner. They write in the comment, in the result they write in the comment, right? Weak in maths, do more work in this subject, that subject. So evaluation helps in providing feedback to the learner. Motivation, the mere realization that you would be evaluated encourages a learner to work harder. So this is the psychology, that if you know that, see, a children out there is not studying the whole year, but before the exam, okay, he will just sit and study for like whole night. He will sit and study. Why? Because he knows that the very next day, he is having his exam and he have to perform good in order to pass. Okay. So the realization that you would be evaluated, you would be marked, you will be judged. Okay. Encourages a learner to work harder. Better guidance necessary for the growth of the learner. From the evaluation, the teacher also knows that what are the like weaknesses of the learner, and so that the teacher can work more on that. Now, what are the techniques of evaluation? See, these are the functions: feedback, motivation, better guidance. And these are the techniques, or you can say type of evaluation: quantitative and qualitative. As it is quantitative, it is related with numbers, like out of 100, you have to perform. Okay, quantitative, it will assess the learner on the basis of some numbers. Quantitative analysis, quantitative evaluation. It deals with numbers like oral, written, or practical. Qualitative, it assesses the values of the learner. Okay, so since this is qualitative, it will not uh, deal with the number thing. Okay, it will judge the learner on some different scale. Now, type of evaluation according to basic nature. Okay, according to basic nature, it can be classified into quantitative and qualitative. In quantitative, the examinations are like oral, like the viva of anything. Okay, like in the physics examination, after the practical, the examiner would take the viva. Okay, and the written examination. In written examination, essay type questions could be there, short answer type question could be there, MCQ type question, subjective questions, subjective objective questions are there, and in practical, experimental evaluation is there. Okay, they will evaluate the learners on the basis of some experiment given to them, how well he or she is performing in the experiment. Now, qualitative evaluation, these are like questionnaire that we fill after shopping. After shopping, they say, "No, ma'am, please rate this thing out of this. Ma'am, please fill this form. It will just take 2 minutes." So that is like more like qualitative evaluation. We are not giving any numbers to them. Like if you shop from any online store like Myntra, Flipkart, and after your product is delivered, you will ask, "No, ma'am, please give me a rating out of 5 star. How can we improve?" And if you travel in a Uber or Ola, they will just ask you about the ratings, okay? And the Swiggy, Zomato, all the things. So they just use the questionnaire or they use the qualitative evaluation. So in qualitative evaluation, observations and interviews, checklist are there, rating scales, Swiggy, Ola. Okay, so these are the quantitative and qualitative. On the basis of phase of instruction, see, according to basic nature, it is of two types: quantitative and qualitative. On the basis of phase of instruction, okay, there are four type of evaluation. First is placement. This type of evaluation is done before teaching. Okay, formative, it is done during teaching. Diagnostic, during teaching. Summative, after teaching. Okay, placement is before teaching, formative is during teaching, diagnostic uh, during teaching, and summative means after teaching. Okay, so now placement evaluation. So placement evaluation is done before the teaching. The keyword which is used for placement assessment is the entry behavior. Like before entering into any course, any class, the assessment that they are taking is uh, will come into the under the placement evaluation. It ascertains the knowledge and skills that the student possess which are necessary at the beginning of instructions in a given subject area. Like if you want to do MBBS, okay, you have to clear an exam known as NET. So you can say that the NET exam is a placement evaluation. In the NET examination, there are certain eligibility, okay, and if you clear the exam, like there is no direct admission in NEET, right? I don't think like no donation admission is taking place in the medical sector. So the NEET exam is the entry behavior. It ascertains, it will evaluate the knowledge and the skill that the student should possess at the beginning of the instruction in a given subject area. Evaluation of entry behavior is done just before teaching starts. Okay, a teacher should know the previous knowledge of the student. This helps teacher to organize teaching learning activities according to previous knowledge of the learner. For example, before admission in MBA, CLAT exam is taken, written test, GD interview, these all are conducted. So these are the placement evaluation or the entry behavior, right? So these are done before the teaching starts. Now the second is formative evaluation. Yes, I think you are familiar with this term. If you are not, like there are many uh, students at our home who are younger brother, younger sister, nephew, niece. So they are just always like formative assessments are going on, summative are going on. Okay, so formative evaluation is done during the course, during teaching. It is also known as internal evaluation. Okay, it is done during the program before its completion. It focuses on the process. It is conducted more than once, like FA1, FA2, FA3, FA4. In the schools, there are 4 FAs, okay? So it is conducted more than once depending upon the length of the activity, okay? This evaluation gives student the feedback regarding his or her success, failures in achieving the instructional objectives. It also identifies any learning error that needs to be corrected. For a teacher, formative evaluation provides information for making instruction and remedies more effective. Okay, like in the formative evaluation, teacher evaluates the learner, like if he or she is having any difficulty or able to learn the concept clear or not, and if the teacher is able to achieve the predetermined goals, the instruction objective that were set before starting the class. Okay, so formative evaluation is quite helpful in the early stage of development. So placement evaluation is before the like it is before entering into any course, and formative is during the program, but also in the early stage of development of a program. Now, diagnostic evaluation. While the formative evaluation determine the extent to which there is a very minute difference between diagnostic and the formative, because both are done during the program. Okay, so while the formative evaluation determines the extent to which students accomplish the learning targets, the diagnostic evaluation goes a step further and tries to provide an explanation for the possible cause for problems in learning. As its name suggests, diagnostic. So diagnostic centers are there, so that are there to like check that if your body is having any issue or not, and if our body is having any issue, how to address it. Okay, so formative assessment are just there for checking that if the predetermined goals are achieved or not, but the diagnostic evaluation checks that if the objectives are not achieved, so what may be the problem for that, it is from the teacher side or the learner side. Suppose if the learner is inconsistent in the class, so it may be possible that he will underperform in the exam, right? Or if a teacher is not if every student is performing underperforming, so that it could be from the teacher side. So diagnostic evaluation explains that what could be the possible cause for problems in learning. Okay, thus diagnostic tests are more comprehensive and detailed. Diagnostic evaluation is done at any time in the program to pinpoint any wrong thing in the program. Okay, this and the formative evaluation done is done during the early development of the course. This helps the teacher in correcting the problems immediately, thereby improving the course. Okay, diagnostic evaluation pinpoints the possible cause and also corrects the problem. Right now, summative evaluation, as the name suggests, it is done at the end or completion of the course. It determines the extent to which the objectives of instructions have been achieved, and it is used for assigning course grades. The grades are given on the basis of summative evaluation. These generally include oral reports like viva, project assignments are there, term paper, and the teacher made achievement test, everything. Summative evaluation will include everything. Okay, surprise test, like and the periodic test, formative evaluation, everything. And it shows how good or satisfactory the student is in accomplishing the objectives of instructions. Okay. Any problem in these four kind of instruction on the basis of phase of instruction? There are four type of evaluation: placement, formative, diagnostic, summative. On the basis of nature, there are two types: quantitative and qualitative. So, any problem from evaluation?
Not really, ma'am. Understood the concept.
Okay. Computer-based testing. See, you are preparing for your NET JRF examination. Okay. So this is a CBT based exam. You have to sit on the computer and answer the questions with the help of ICT, Information Communication and Technology. ICT have now become an essential component in higher education in India for the last decade. CBT seems to be a catalyst for change in the pedagogical methods. It brings about a transformation in learning, pedagogy, and curriculum in education institutions. Thus, the evaluation system is shifting from traditional assessment of pen and paper. Now, traditional assessment was of pen and paper. Traditional assessment to computer-based testing, which is more accurate and authentic. Okay, the possibility of error, the possibility of calculating the numbers in CBT is like very you can say nil. Okay, the trend to opt this system of evaluation is increasing in Indian higher education due to several causes of cheating or proxy testing. You will see, like, no, the paper was leaked, or then this paper was leaked, cheating system in the like competitive examination. So the CBT was introduced to less down the things. Cheating and proxy testing in high stakes competitive exam in the recent year. What are the benefits of CBT? More frequent testing opportunities, data-rich results, increasing candidates' reach. Okay, so these are the benefits of CBT. CBT includes two things. The first is the linear test, and the second is the adaptive test. This involves a full-length examination in which computer selects different questions for individuals without considering their performance level. See, uh, like the examination of your UGC NET JRF. This examination is a linear test. In in the like 150 questions are there, and if you like if you start attempting the question paper and in the beginning you have done the 20 question wrong, okay, still the paper will same. The computer will not change your questions. You will solve the same paper. But in adaptive test, like the computer selects the range of question based on your performance level. For example, like from question number 1 to 5, the question were of like very low difficulty level. Difficulty level was very low. And if you performed very well in those 5 questions, now the computer will raise the questions to the moderate level, raise the difficulty of the question to the moderate level. Okay. And suppose if the question from 1 to 10 were very difficult level and you were not able to solve that question, so now the next the 11 from 11th question onwards, the computer will decrease the difficulty level of the question. So you are not familiar with this test because you haven't attempted this exam. This type of test you will see in GMAT exam. In that, questions are taken from a very large pool of possible questions categorized by content and difficulty. Okay, the questions are categorized on the basis of difficulty level: low, moderate, high difficulty level, and uh, the computer will, like, the paper is not fixed. The computer will give you the question according to your performance in the test. Okay, so this is the adaptive test. In India, CBT has been started for a number of exams. Now, I think 80% of examinations are conducted with the help of CBT. CBT has been started for a number of exams such as IBPS for banking exams, and currently by NTA to conduct exams for UGC and NET. Okay, so CBT are of two types, linear and adaptive. Any doubt? Any doubt
Ma'am,
in
is the UGC thing also like that, ma'am? It makes it tough or easy? Is that same
no,
pattern
no,
or
no,
only for
no.
GMAT and such?
Not only for GMAT, some exams are there. I have just written one example. Like in GMAT, you will see this adaptive test. Linear test is not there in GMAT. But in UGC, they are just taking the linear test. In NEET, linear test is there. For like NET, linear test is there. Okay.
Okay.
Factors contributing to use computer-based testing, like why India is switching to CBT. Growth in number of internet users nowadays in every home. In every home, you will find a smartphone with a internet connection. Okay, so that it will now the since digital India is booming. Okay, so it is also a factor to use CBT. CBT is user friendly. It's not like that for giving the exam in CBT you need to become a pro in like computer. Okay, if you don't know how to operate computer, you will also do things in CBT, right? It's a very easy, very user friendly. You don't know any additional skills in order to attempt the exam, right? It is just like a pen paper. You have to read and read that your name, and you have to write your name. It is very user friendly. Elimination of human error and biasness. No biasness is there. If the next thing is, this is cost effective. We are saving a large number of papers. Environmental thing is also there. Hence, we can conclude that computer-based testing provides student fair and accurate scores, free from cheating, save hard work of honest candidates, and remove prejudice from the process. Right? Now, what is choice-based credit system? Choice-based credit system is not uh, at full swing in the present scenario. Introduced by UGC, the choice-based credit system is a okay, student-centric course that allows students to choose their subjects. Okay, like in the masters, electives are there. Okay, the student will choose according to their needs. The subject can be at a basic or advanced level instead of the conventional marking system. Like this, they do not use the numbers, they use credits. Okay, for each and every course, they just assign credits. Like for the masters, if for semester they will assign that the if 5 subjects are there, they will assign two credits to every subjects in the first semester. So the total credit for semester 1 is 10. Okay, the CBCS in higher education provide flexibility in preparing the curriculum and granting credit based on course intensity and teaching hours. This helps students to pursue courses of their choice. See, when anything is student centric, these are their like prerequisite, like the student to pursue courses of their choice, study at their own pace, learn extra courses, acquire more than required credits. So these all are the component of the student centric courses. Okay, what are the features of CBCS? Provides students with greater flexibility in choice of courses. For example, BTech candidate can opt for humanities subject. Like electives are there. Okay, so if you are pursuing BTech and in the elective, if you want to study some humanities subject on sociology, international relations, courses like that. Okay, so you can also study. Student can choose courses at basic or advanced level. Okay, you can choose your course accordingly. Learners acquire job oriented skills. We can also like enroll for courses that will help in like getting job. Highly motivated student get the chance to gain extra credits. If you want to earn extra credits, the CBCS also provides this thing. Students can choose inter multidisciplinary courses. So this is the multidisciplinary courses. Now you are in BTech, and if you are able to study some art subjects in your duration of study, so this is multidisciplinary. Credits can be transferred if student changes university. For example, uh, you are studying in a university and they are providing you choice based credit system. Okay, so you are pursuing master's degree from there. Okay, and for master's degree, mm, each semester is having 5 subjects. Okay, and the credit allotted to every subject is 2. So for one semester the total credit is 10, and for 2 semesters it is 20. Okay, so you only study 1 year, like 2 semester from that university, and for any there was some interruption in your studies for any reason, you have to quit your study. Okay, so now you have attended the 2 semesters, right? So your 20 credits will store, okay, in the university credit scores. And later on, if you want to complete your degree, so you will go to a university, same university or different university. And but you have to check that if they are accepting the CBCS or not. And if they are like accepting the choice based credit system, then in that university you will you will need to study only 2 semesters that you were not studying in the previous university. And your 20 credits that the credits you have scored out of 20 will transfer to that university credit bank. Okay, and in that university you will have to study for only 2 semesters, like 20 credits. For 20 credits you will have to study, and for 20 credits they will just add your credits from the previous university. So credits can be transferred. Have you understood what I have explained you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. CBC is a step towards moving away from numerical marking to grading system. Three type of course choices are there. The first is core subject. Student need to choose a core subject like it is compulsory to choose your core subjects. For example, you are doing BTech, so there are certain core subjects now, like some math things, some physics, some if you are doing civil engineering, so designing and this thing, these are the core subjects. So it is compulsory to choose the core subjects for the credit requirements. Elective courses, these subjects have more generic content and aim to increase the student skill. Okay, they expose the student to subjects that are not in their curriculum. The student get the freedom to opt for the subject of their interest. I'm not sure that it was in I'll tell you one thing. In the masters, in the last semester of masters of yoga, masters in yoga, so there is a elective between the dissertation and one subject. I don't know that how many universities are applying this, but in the fourth semester, I'm sure that uh, one of you have gone through this. Like one elective is there between the dissertation and the any subject is there. It was there in your universities or not?
Yes, Ji.
Yes,
In third and fourth
Yes,
semester,
ma'am.
in second and
So
third
that
semester, it was there.
yes, so that is the okay, so that is the example of elective course that you have to elect. You like they are giving you freedom. Let what you want to do, what you want to study. It is up to you. Okay, teacher is not telling you. It is up to you. What you want to study, you can select that. Okay, students get the freedom to opt for the subject of their interest. Now, foundation, also referred as ability in enhancement. It is enhancement. Okay, ability enhancement courses. The foundation courses offer value-based subjects that lead to knowledge enhancement. Such value-based subjects can help students grab extra career opportunities in the long run. A course could include lectures, tutorials, laboratory work, field work, outreach activities, project work, etc. Okay, just go through it. The grading method is thought to be superior to the traditional mark system, and as a result, it is used by best universities in India and internationally. Nowadays, like every central university is come to the grading systems are there. They're giving you the grades. Central universities are adapting these things, but as I have told you, CBCS is not at its peak at present scenario. But in future, we may see that a boom in the CBCS. So this is a scale they use, like for outstanding, if the grade is outstanding, the grade point is 10. So this is not the exact marks, but these are the grade points. A plus is for excellent, B plus and all that. So this is the scale they use. Now the questions. Any doubt? Any doubt from the evaluation and the choice-based grade system you can ask. Okay. CBCS of index graduate level includes
MB.
what?
Option A, madam.
Okay, so the correct option is a very easy question. Core subjects are there, elective subjects are there, ability enhancement courses or the foundation courses. Let me show you. Core subject, elective subject, and foundation subject, foundation course, also referred as ability enhancement courses, right? I have told you that in the options, these are the previous year questions. In the options, don't expect the exact word from them, okay? For the core subject, it is possible that for the core subject, they will just give you another name. So it is your duty. So what will be the answer?
A.
A, ma'am.
Okay. Now the next question.
Option A. A.
Okay. This was also is the question. The correct option is A.
Ma'am, interdisciplinary means?
Interdisciplinary means like if you are a science student, so your discipline is science. But if you are able to learn the art subjects, okay, so that means interdisciplinary. So you are studying the two different disciplines simultaneously. Clear?
No, ma'am. For example, I am a science student. I want to study arts means it's not possible.
So that is what I am telling you. That is the thing they have provided in CBCS, that you can study.
Okay.
I have told you, this thing. Clear?
Ah, yes, ma'am. Intradisciplinary means?
Interdisciplinary means in the same discipline, like in the engineering thing. If you are a student of civil engineering and you want to study something about the mechanical, and if you are able to opt that, it is interdisciplinary. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So any doubt from this? Because this is the next slide is Gagne hierarchy. I will explain this after the Bloom's taxonomy. Any doubt in this thing? Let me show you. See, this is your syllabus. Okay, we have completed all the syllabus of teaching aptitude. Today we have done evaluation system, elements and type of evaluation, evaluation in choice-based credit system in higher education, computer-based testing. We have seen the linear model and the adaptive test, innovations in evaluation system. Like now the grading system is there. Okay, they are using the grading scale to assess the student. We have completed all the syllabus prescribed by UGC. Okay, one thing we are left with is Bloom's taxonomy and Gagne's hierarchy. Okay, so I will just need one more class. So in the tomorrow's class, we will deal with the Bloom's taxonomy and the Gagne's hierarchy. If you have seen the if you have seen the previous year question, you will find the questions from the Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, like the some components